Hello friend, myself Ananda, and today I'm going to explore how to publish a DataWeave library as a exchange asset. So this is a new feature released few months back by Mulesoft, and the main advantage of this feature is that if I have a large team of developers working on multiple Mulesoft projects, and I have some common DWL functions which I want to share across the team, I can do it very easily by publishing that as a library on Exchange, and then who wants to use this can very easily uh, use that or add that particular library to their code by adding a POM dependency. So we will see all these things. So to start with, we need to confirm the prerequisites. So for this particular purpose, we need Java versions installed on our machine, and if JDK it is not already installed, then that can be downloaded from this link what I'm highlighting on my screen, and then the Java version can be checked with Java-version. Similarly, we need to install Apache Maven version higher than 3.6.3, 3.6.3 or higher, and we need to download the Visual Studio Code from this link. Also, we need Anypoint Studio and Anypoint Platform access. So let's see how to check the Maven and Java version from command prompt. So I can write Java version and it will show me the my JDK version installed on my machine, and then I can check the Maven version also. Okay, so all set to go for next step. So once I install the Visual Studio Code, this is the Visual Studio Code which I already installed, and then I need to go to extension. So in extension, I need to search for DataWeave, and then it will open this DataWeave extension, and there will be a blue button. And on that blue button, I mean that blue button is for installation. So it will be written install on top of that blue button. So you just need to click on that install button, and it will get installed. So after that, we need to go to view, command palette, and need to type DataWeave, search DataWeave, and then you can select this DataWeave, create new library project. So first we need to create a library project. And so first parameter it will ask for is the org ID or organization ID. So for the time being, I'm using the default value, but before publishing to Exchange, I need to change this value with my original organization ID, which I will get from Access Manager. So that we will also see later. Now press enter and give a name to this project. So let's give a name as customer name format, and this is the artifact ID. Next, I have to give the version. So this is for version controlling. So tomorrow, if I create or upgrade this existing function, I can create one more version of it, and then user can choose between two versions what they want to use. This is normal standard version controlling concept. Then I can name this project as standard, or maybe it can be named as customer name format, and then I have to give a path where I want to store it. So here I want to store it. Now enter. So now I have to open that file. I will go to or open that folder. I will click on open. I will go to sorry, I will go to my DataWeave library. I can see the customer name format, and I will select the folder. So now you can see this folder structure or this project structure has been created. This is a project folder for creating DWL library. So there are basically two part. One is the source main and another is test. So under source DW, this is the module which we are going to publish. So we are not going to publish this module. This is by default, it will come to give you an idea that how the that this DWL function will look like. I mean, it's you are not going to use it. So what it is clearly mentioned in the comment, but you can refer it. Okay. So, and under test DWL, there will be a test file or mapping file where you can, I mean, where it shows with hello world that how you can refer your function in an actual DWL mapping. So this DWL mapping file, I mean, it will be like our DWL playground. So I can play this and I can see the output. So first thing, now I will delete these files because I'm not going to use this file. So let me delete it from here. And I'm going to delete this one also. Sorry. Yeah, I can delete it from here also. Okay. Now, next is that I need to create my own files. So I will select DW and I will go to new command palette and I will create a new module. And I will name my module name as, say, I can give it name as customer name format, something like that, .twl, and I put a enter. So this file got created, so library file. So now I have one function already created. Let me open it up from my file folder location, from configuration. Okay, so this is the function I have already created. So I will going to use this function for demo purpose. This is a very simple function. So let me go to this. Okay, and let me copy paste it and remove this line. Yeah. So I'm doing nothing, but I'm taking string input as first name, another string input at last name. And if both first and last name are present, then I am just creating first name space last name, concatenating these two string with the space in between. And if the first string parameter or first name is blank, then I am only printing the last name. And I am doing this on an output variable name. I mean, this is a JSON structure I have created. So this is just for demo purpose. So I have just used a very simple function. Main agenda or main intention of this entire exercise is that how we are going to publish it on Exchange. So now I have that function created. So next thing what I will do, I will create an integration map. So let's create that integration mapping. I'm accepting the name as is. You can use something different also. So automatically you see that it has created a mapping file with the function. I mean, how we are going to test the function. So now suppose what I can do, I can use put some value around it. I mean, pass some value as a parameter and see that how it behaves, whether it is working properly or not. So this is how I can do, and then I can click on this blue button. Okay. Now it shows me that what is the output. Okay, so this way I can test that whatever function, I mean, whatever DWL function I have written over here, whether it is working as expected or not. So now next thing what I can test is that I can remove this, and then again I can click on this blue button and I can see that, okay, now the output is also changed as per my expectation. So if you don't want to click this blue button every time you are changing the input parameter, so what you can do, you can enable the auto preview. So right click and then select the enable auto preview. So in that case, whatever you do, it will reflect on output window automatically. immediately. So see, I don't want to run it. I don't want to click this blue button again. I change it, it starts changing. So if I put ABC, and it will show ABC over here. So for the time being, I'm not going to use this. Sorry, 1 minute. I'm not going to use this, enable this auto preview. So I'm going to disable the auto preview. Okay. So now we are done creating the function. So next thing what we will do, we will going to go to create some description. So now let's go to this original module, and you will see here is a generate data with documentation. So you can click on this, it will automatically generate a document, and this documentation you can I mean, this document basically going to be used on your exchange asset as to give some idea, or you can say this will be your asset documentation on exchange once you publish this specific library. So instead of using this, I have created some of my own documentation following some developers at Mulesoft.com. So I took that template from there, and I modify that according to my functions. So I'm putting this here. So that means if you want, you can customize this documentation also as per your need, as per your organization standard. So next thing what we will do, we have to test this. So for testing this, we can add unit test. Okay, so there is an option called add unit test. So let me click this add unit test. So this is by default. I mean, it's like our very own AIM unit testing. So you can unit test your function. But remember that you have to run these test cases and see that your testing is properly working, because during the time of deployment, when you will deploy this library to Maven, again it will run all these test cases. So I have my own test case ready, so I am going to use this. So instead of using the default test case, I can use default test suite. I can use this one. Okay. So I have to change the name because these names are yeah. So this is actually when I created from with some different name. I tried it out earlier also before making this video. So now I have changed this. Let me go to the library again, and yeah, so everything looks good. So what I can do, I can test the test cases individually, okay, or I can run the entire test suite all together. So I will run it all together, and now the test is running. Okay, on the debug console, you can see it start running the test cases. Okay, so now it passed all the tests. Okay, I have two test cases, one where I am passing both the first name and last name, and two where I am only passing the last name, and for first name I am just sending the uh, empty value. So you can see this is how I am creating my input parameters. Okay, so we are all good on testing. Now, next thing what I need to do, I need to publish it on Exchange. So if you see currently Exchange, I don't have any assets, so I have to publish it so that you can see my see this asset on Exchange, and also anyone can refer. I mean, especially my developers can refer this asset from here. So this is my trial version Anypoint uh, platform. So for publishing this asset, what we need to do is that we need to first let me go to this and let me go to Explorer. Yeah. So for publishing, I need to update the form.xml first. So I have to do few modification, a small modification, only 3 places I need to change so that I can publish my asset successfully on Exchange. So for that, what I need to do first, I need to change this org.mycompany with the original organization ID from Anypoint platform. So I'm going to Anypoint, and now I will go to access management. So opening up from access management, I will go to organization. It's already in organization page. I will click on my organization name and I will copy this organization. Let me copy it. And then again I will go to Visual Studio. In the form, I will change this to, I replace this with the original organization ID. Now, next thing is that you need to update the repository and the distribution manager. So I need to change this one, update this one, and first of all I need to uncomment this, and then I have to modify and update, and then below I have to also uncomment this, and I have to provide the actual detail of my Exchange repository. Now this ID field, both under distribution manager as well as repository, needs to contain the same value that we have created in, or we have specified in our local settings.xml. So I'm not going to show you my original setting.xml because in that setting.xml I have configured my user ID and password. So under a.m2 you will find this settings file, and inside that settings file you have the entire settings or the access or details for Anypoint platform are defined. So let me go back and show you a sample setting.xml instead. So let me open it with I can open it with Internet Explorer for better visibility. So now you can see. So here I have created one server ID as Exchange. So since I have created Exchange, and this is my dummy setting.xml, but in original settings.xml also I have a server ID created with Exchange. And then I need to give my user ID of my Anypoint platform, and also I need to give a password. So sometime if you have created your user ID and password for Anypoint Exchange, Anypoint platform, and your password contains some special character, and if you are facing some issue, then you can you can define your password with this format also. So anyways, I didn't face this issue, so I just put it in a simple within this password tag with clear text in my original setting.xml. So let's move back to this Visual Studio form.xml. Now what I need to do, first I need to remove this, uncomment this. So I can comment it, and I will just make it to Exchange because that's the name I have, that's the name with which I define this repository in my setting.xml or server in setting.xml. So this should be same as what I have defined. I mean, this is very important, otherwise it will fail to deploy. So whatever you created, whatever name you have given here under ID, under server, whatever server ID you have provided on your setting.xml, ensure you are using the same exact same name with exact cases in under this repository distribution manager here and also here. This is very important. And change this organization ID with a variable called $group ID. So that means whatever organization ID we have defined over here at the top under group ID, whatever organization ID we have defined, this value will be replaced in that URI where we have mentioned that $group ID. Yeah, it will take the value from that group ID. Same thing I need to do here. So again, I am just removing this. Okay. Here now instead of organization ID, change it to group ID and let's rename it to exchange. Okay, I think that's it. Now one important thing is that I need to save this, otherwise it will not work. So I am saving this. Okay, let me close this and let me open a terminal. So I will go here, I will open a terminal. And now I'm going to run the Maven deployment command. So this is the command, Maven space deploy. Okay. So let's see how it goes. It will take some time to get deployed. It is very easy and simple steps. The build failed. Let me see why the build failed. Let's see. Okay, let me see that my form.xml is properly configured or not. So I have exchange, I have group ID variant, I have distribution, group ID name is exchange. I also provide that as group ID. Okay, I got it because I have named it as the variable name was wrong. So now I will try it once again. Okay, before that, always remember to save. Okay, I save it. Now I will try it once again, but this time it will work. Take some time. Pressing. Speed one. Some warning messages are there. Okay, now the build is successful. And if you see, let me show you something. Yeah, so here you can see that while deploying, it also run all the test cases what we already defined, and then it's get deployed. So it's ensuring that before deploying to exchange, it's ensuring that the test cases are all run, and it's all run in I mean test cases are all successfully run, and that's after that only it is allowing me to deploy the library to exchange. Now we'll go back to exchange. Let's cancel it. Go back to exchange. Yeah, now you can see that my custom DataWeave library is here and anyone can refer. So let's click on that and see. If I click on here, the documentation, whatever I created, custom documentation, that is already, I mean, this page is auto populated from there. I need not to create anything, any documentation from manually, and this is nicely given an insight to my users that how this function is going to be used, what are the input parameters, and how the output should look like. So everything is there. So this is also another great feature, because I don't need to spend any time on documentation. I mean, it's very quick and fast, and still I can maintain the standard. So after this, we need to see how we can use it in our code. So now I need to use it in my code. So I have a hello world, very simple hello world kind of code already written just for demo purpose. So what I will do for usage, first I need to click on this dependency snippet, and I need to copy this dependency. Then I will go back to my original project, Mulesoft project. I will open the POM file, and inside the POM file, I will add this dependency. So this dependency is DWL library. So let me right click, go to source and format. So now it is nicely formatted, and I will save all. So this is the first step I have done. Now next I will go to the flow. This is my flow. I will open the transform message, and this is what I'm going to test. Okay, I've already written it. So now I'm going to test it. So for that, to run the project, and I will just hit it from here. So take some time to deploy the code in local instance. Yeah, it's got deployed, and this is, let me show you the path. So this is the path I have used. So I will check with, and okay, I think it's giving some error because, okay, let me share, and let me check it. Okay, because this library file name I now changed. So let me put it from here without doing much R&D. What I can do is that I can take the test DW, not this one I can take, and I can copy this from here. Just remove this one also. Okay, I'm going to save it all. Okay, console, start deploying. Stop it and start it. Okay, because my function, I mean module reference was wrong, so that's why it was giving an error. So now what I will do, I will just try it once again. That's it. So now I am getting my expected output. So I believe this will help you in understanding how to publishing the DWL on Exchange. If you like this video, please do like and subscribe. Thank you. Is your like will give me motivation for come up with next video. Thanks a lot. Thanks for being with me. Bye.